Hi guys, it's SugarPlumSimss here and welcome back to another video. Today this is another speed build as usual, and we are building some base game country homes. And I don't know, I just for some reason I felt like doing something base game because I know a lot of viewers out there probably don't have all the stuff packs or the game packs or whatever, so I thought I would do something for you guys and just do some base game homes, I guess. And before you call me a liar and stuff, because on the gallery it says they are not base game, which is really annoying, sorry, but basically I built these homes and then I uploaded them, and when I was checking out the sort of like the download page of the build, and then it said that it had items from Get Together in it, and I was very confused. See, I started building this off in the world from Get Together, which is Windenburg, and I know that there isn't actually a 20 by 20 lot anywhere else, which is where I started building this lot. So to start with, I thought that was probably the reason, and then I moved it to a 30 by 20, and then it still said there were items from Get Together, which was really weird. And I said on Twitter that I had spent like half an hour searching, but that wasn't really true, see, because I actually spent like an hour, I think, searching for the items from Get Together. So yeah, it took me a long time and I never actually found the items. I mean, obviously you see right now that I've been using items from Get Together and I do get rid of everything there. And I don't know, I'm kind of curious as to whether maybe I accidentally used some terrain paint or something and then I never got around to getting rid of it, but I just don't remember doing that, and it's just really confusing and quite frustrating, frankly. But yeah, these are base game homes, and again, I get rid of all the items from Get Together, but apparently I didn't because it still says it has stuff from Get Together. But these are like two twin homes that are detached, and they are basically the same layout, or mostly the same, except they both have very different styles. So the house on the, the left is more of like, it's kept to sort of the traditional country style, which I quite like and I personally prefer that. And then the house on the left has, well, I kind of envisioned it to be sort of like a house that maybe a family that has more modern tastes moved into. And even though they've kept some of the traditional features, they've also added some more contemporary touches. So that is kind of what I was going for with that. And this didn't actually take me that long to do. In fact, I managed to edit this down to exactly 25 minutes, like without any seconds of difference, so I'm pretty proud of that, to be honest, and hopefully you guys all appreciate that, because I don't know, I just like things to be sort of on the dot. So yeah, and this is when I realised I wanted to do it to make this whole entire house base game, so I changed up all the windows and the doors and stuff, and yeah, I really like how this turned out, and it is up on the gallery. It says it's not base game, even though I swear it is, and yeah, it's annoying, but yeah, so I actually really enjoyed building these, and I wanted to build something that was more sort of country style, because I don't know, I just haven't really built that much of that type of style. I have a couple of builds on the gallery that are like this, but I didn't do any speed builds for them, so I thought I would give it a go at building sort of one of these sort of country homes. And I especially love those windows with the shutters. I definitely think this gives the build a lot of character, and I don't know, it kind of also reminds me of my home when I was living in France, because we had lots of windows with shutters. But then again, I feel like this house is more sort of German style. Again, I don't really know what the German style is, but I'm just assuming it kind of looks like that. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like a house you might see in Rapunzel or something, which I know that Rapunzel is German and everything, so that's the only reason I'm saying that. But yeah, and I had quite a lot of fun with the wallpapers on the exterior of this build because, I don't know, usually if this wasn't a base game build, I would use those wallpapers from Get Together, but I decided to try my best at finding lots of like patterned stone textured and wooden textured wallpapers that gave this build a lot more character. And I do think this build has a lot of character. I didn't actually put any like ivy on the walls, but I did do those little planter boxes that look a little bit more overgrown, which I really love, and I think they work quite well with the build as well. And I was actually kind of contemplating to start with whether I wanted these to be like twin homes or whether to make this sort of one large house that has been converted, like brought by one family and then sort of used by two, but in the end I thought it would probably make more sense to just have it as two, and plus it would kind of be easier to sort of work with, I guess. But I also plan to do I guess homes that have sort of just like one pack that I use in the future, so maybe just like, well, this is the base game, so maybe just packs like Vampire or one of the game packs, and then I can also do like expansion packs and maybe stuff packs, although I'll probably just do a room for stuff packs because there's not a whole lot in stuff packs to use. But yeah, and I'm actually kind of hot right now because I just went out with my little sister because it's Friday, and I went out with my mum last Friday and she took me out for a drink, which was nice, and because she's working today, she gave me some money to buy my sister and I some drinks, so that was fun. And I went to like this local cafe thing because my mum always tells us to go to like local businesses, because, you know, you need to support that. And also, sorry about the pause there. I was actually asking my friend on Twitter, Simply Katie, her opinion on which path to use because, you know, I'm very indecisive like that. But yeah, so I went out and got a coffee. I got, what was it, a cafe mocha, which I slightly regret because it made me feel really hot afterwards because it's already kind of a hot day. And to top it off, I think I'm like developing a headache from it because I usually get a headache whenever I drink anything with caffeine in it or eat things like dark chocolate and stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of regretting it now, but it was a good coffee and I still kind of have some left, so I should probably finish that off before it gets a bit too cold to drink. And I also went to the library because, I don't know, I do that now because, yeah, and I returned some books, and I returned one of my sister's books because she's not feeling very well at the moment, and I also picked up some reservations because I'm fancy like that, you know. And then I also went to the bank because I'm really grown up now. Not really. And I actually found out because basically it's very annoying because when I was setting up my online banking a few months ago, it locked me out of my account because of too many password attempts, which was kind of annoying, but it was probably my fault as well. And then I just kind of didn't want to try calling them up about it because I don't like talking to real people and stuff, and then I sort of just left it, and now 3 months later I called them up again, actually with the help of my mum because, you know, I don't really know how to talk to people, and they helped me sort it out and they unblocked my account and stuff, and then I tried to log in again and it locked me out again because of too many password attempts, which is really annoying. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually cried in frustration because I was just so done with it because I had spent like 3 months and I had been kind of like relieved that I had finally managed to unblock my account, and then like it locks me out again, and then it was just really frustrating. So yeah, I need to sort that out again. But yeah, I actually, because I have to check my balance at a cash machine or in a bank because I can't check it online, which is kind of annoying. But I actually found out that I do have enough money to buy the new pack after all, which was actually really nice to see, and I am still waiting for like one of the websites that I sometimes get Sims packs on to have it like a bit cheaper, because I just, even if I have enough money to buy the full thing, I still kind of want to buy it cheaper elsewhere, just because I don't really get much money, plus I don't have like a job or anything, and I can't get a job. So yeah, I'm just going to buy that very soon, I guess. I don't know when, probably in a few days time, which will be fun and exciting. But yeah, and this is the first house I'm working on right now, and this is the more traditional house because I wanted to do a house that fitted in more with the exterior. And this is this house, and it has more traditional features like the stove and the fridge in the kitchen, and also the living room is quite sort of countryside-ish, I think, at least. I don't know, I'm not very good at the style. But this is my favourite house out of the two, and the other house, I feel like it doesn't work as well with the style, but that, again, that's kind of the style I was going with for that house. It was kind of like, it doesn't entirely go because a contemporary family lives there, so obviously they'd have more contemporary furniture in a traditional home. So again, it's meant to kind of look a bit more eclectic, I think that's the word to use. But yeah, I do really like how this house turned out, and these houses are quite cramped, and I personally probably wouldn't live in them because they're just really small, plus they're in like the middle of nowhere. But I do think that they turned out quite cute in the end, and I also really love how I did the landscaping. I think that also looks quite nice. And there are also quite a lot of screenshots in this build. I can see now there's at least, there's like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, no, 15 screenshots. So that is quite a lot of screenshots, but again, there are like 2 homes, so there's like twice the amount of screenshots than normal. But yeah, and this is the little bedroom I did, and I don't actually know whether the desk area works. I do use like a smaller desk than this, but I don't know whether the Sims can actually get to the chair to use it. I guess you'll just have to find out, and if it doesn't work, you can always fiddle around with it a bit and maybe move it around, but hopefully it does work. It looks like it might work, I don't know really. And it was actually quite easy to do base game for this house, and that even though there were kind of a few times where I'd see an item that I kind of wanted to use and then realise it was not base game, which usually happens a lot when I build a base game home, but it didn't happen so much in this house, and I was quite grateful for that because usually I have quite a hard time building base game homes. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that, and yeah, you'll also probably notice that I've uploaded quite a few videos this week. I think there was like, I don't know, two days in a row I uploaded a video, and then I uploaded a video 1 day apart or 2 days apart, I don't know. But this should hopefully be up the day after my last video. So yeah, a bit more frequent uploads. I think I'm just getting like a burst of inspiration and I don't know the word I was going to use, but yeah. I am feeling quite inspired at the moment, and I am very thankful for that because I don't know, like before now I've kind of just not been in the mood to build, which has kind of been a bit annoying because I don't want to build when I don't feel in the mood for it, because then my builds won't look as good and turn out as good. But apart from this build, I do have at least 3 more builds that should be up very soon, or at least 2. I don't know about the 3rd one because it's part of a collab. In fact, all 3 videos are part of a collab, and one of them I don't know when it's going to be up because it's with 3 other people, and there's like 2 more people who need to do their parts, and then that should be up soon, or I say soon, maybe in like a couple weeks or less than a week, I don't know. And then there are 2 more collabs that I set up, I think yesterday. And I don't know whether it's like good to do that many collabs in one go. I don't know. I personally think that collabs are really fun to do, Plus, these 2 collabs are with smaller YouTubers, and I always like to help out, or at least kind of do collabs with smaller YouTubers, just because it gives opportunities to smaller YouTubers to kind of get out there. Plus, now that I've got quite a few subscribers, I say quite a few, and a few is like 3 or 4, so I have at least like 260 subscribers, which is crazy because it's so close to 300 subscribers. I have no idea what I'm doing for that video yet. When I reach 300 I can't speak, I don't know what I'm saying. When I hit 300 subscribers, I don't actually know what I'm going to do. Maybe a giveaway? I don't know. See, I kind of want to save the giveaway for 500 subscribers, because then I'll have a lot more people who can enter, and that will just give like more opportunity to other people. But I don't know, maybe I'll do, I don't really know. I guess it depends when I hit 300 subscribers. If I hit it around my birthday, I'll have a bit more money, and then I can spend it on a giveaway prize thing. But if not, then I'll just have to think of something else, maybe another build, or maybe like a sim self-cas. I know a few YouTubers have done that, plus it's not gonna like cost me money to do, unlike a giveaway. But I don't know, if you have any suggestions for future sort of milestone videos, then do let me know in the comments, as that is very helpful to me, and it also kind of gives me an idea of what you'd like to see. And we are working on the modern, or I say modern, it's kind of like in the middle between traditional and contemporary, because I wanted to mix the two. So this living room is kind of a cross between the two styles, and then the dining room table, it's a bit more country, I think, and then the couch is obviously quite American. Okay, sorry, I was like thinking, because at the same time of thinking of, I don't even know what I'm talking about now. Basically I said couch, and that's kind of the American way to say it, I think, because I usually say like sofa or settee, and then I was thinking of that couch is more American, so I said American. Yeah, you don't care. Okay, so basically the sofas are more contemporary, and then the rest of the room is pretty much traditional, or more like country, I guess. And the kitchen is definitely sort of a cross between the two. I like to think of it as like a refurbished kitchen. Is it refurnished or refurbished? I'm pretty sure refurbished is like when you upgrade the entire house, like including the exterior, and refurnish is obviously just refurnishing the house, like the interior. I think that's what the words mean. I have no idea. Feel free to correct me in the comments down below. So also I wanted to use a few brighter wallpapers to sort of bring in those more contemporary aspects, and the bedroom's also quite small. In fact, they're not so much small as just harder spaces to work with, because you can only really fit a bed in there, but I wanted to fit more. So in the more traditional style house slash cottage, I don't really know what to call it, it is kind of a bit more cramped, I think, or at least I fitted more in there, but at the same time I don't know whether 2 Sims can sleep in the bed, so I guess you'll just have to see for yourself. And there are like 2 little balconies out at the front, and those are for each of the little houses, and I quite like the fact that each balcony is quite private, because there's kind of the roofs that are sort of blocking each of them, so it's quite good for privacy reasons and all that. And I also kind of found it annoying, because where the roofs are, if the roofs are sort of right up against the wall, then the wallpaper for the roofs sort of seeps, I don't think that's the right word, but it basically goes into the wall, so you have to use that wall design to fit in with the rest of the house. I mean, if you can see there, like that part of the wall kind of looks a bit weird, a bit funky, you know. That is because of the roof. peeking through, and I couldn't really do anything about that. I kind of hope they do something about it at some point. But again, there are like a few more things that are probably more important than that. And yeah, I also don't know if this balcony is usable because one of the chairs is kind of blocking half the door. But I'm hoping that because the other half of the door is accessible, I'm hoping that still works alright. And I almost forgot a bin, but I managed to put one in because I am good like that. And yeah, that is pretty much the bedroom, and just doing lots curtains. And I quite liked sort of cluttering up each of the builds because they are a bit more cramped, I guess is the right word to use for them, and so I wanted to fit a lot more in, kind of make them look a bit more lived in. Plus, when I'm making smaller builds, I find it a lot easier to decorate them a lot more because there is just less space to work with, so I can spend more time on it. But yeah, I do have a few builds that I'm planning to build, and I'm thinking those are probably going to be a bit bigger. I don't know if the people I'm doing collabs with would mind if I say what the collabs I'm doing, not the group collab, but the other two that I'm doing, but I'm not going to mention anything about it, just in case they want to kind of keep it a surprise, I guess you could call it, or just like a secret, I don't know. But yeah, and the rest is pretty much landscaping, and then you'll see in the gallery picture the lot isn't actually in the same lot I'm building in because I thought it was the reason why it was saying it had a get together in it, so I moved it and it still said it had get together in it. Still very annoying. But yeah, and this is the landscaping. I actually really love the colours I used for landscaping. I used lots of lavender and these pink flowers, which I think work quite well, and lots of white and stuff. And I mean, it's all base game. Again, if you only have the base game, you should be able to download this lot with no problem, even if you don't have get together. Yeah, it should work. I don't know why it says it has get together. Okay, I need to stop talking about that. But yeah, and I don't know what else to say. Hopefully I can get Parenthood Pack soon, and then I'll do some builds for that, and then that should be pretty much it for this build because I've run out of things to say, and I am going to probably drive you all crazy by my little stuttering and stuff. So I will probably leave it off here for you to enjoy the rest of this exactly 25-minute build. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give this a big thumbs up and also subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!
You've got one life to live, don't let it go. Can you let go of it all tonight? Or will you decide to push on through and ignore the words inside? Take a breath now, don't hold it in too long, 'cause you'll find you're missing out. A last short little song, she's saying, ooh, you've got one life to live. She's singing, ooh, you've got one life to live, don't let it